This experiment is where we're going to generate some acetylene gas, or ethyne gas, and again, for the hell of it, just explode it. Just light it and explode it. And a very handy way to make acetylene gas, or ethyne, is to use calcium carbide, okay, CaC2. And calcium carbide was used by my parents' generation and to light the lamps of their bicycle lamps, and it's used on miners' lamps. And how it works is, I mean, it's essentially just in this form which we got, it's in pellets, and you can buy it in a tin, which are slightly larger nuggets. Maybe if I put them in here, you might be able to see them. Can you? Yeah? Okay, so sort of like stone chippings. And the idea in former times, I suppose, was that you had one of these little stone chippings, or maybe a bigger nugget probably, I mean, maybe that size, and you would put it into a lamp, and the lamp had a little water reservoir above it, and you would drip water onto the stone, looks like a stone, and so the water would react with the calcium carbide to generate C2H2 acetylene gas, and you would light that would blow out through the little dome in the lamp, I guess, and you'd light it, and it would reflect out, and you'd find your way home from the ballroom of romance on your own, yet again, yeah. And the idea here is that I have a bottle, an ordinary 200, what is it, 300, I don't know, 200 ml, whatever, normal sort of drinking Ballygowan bottle or whatever it is, and I've just punctured a small hole in it, you know, just a little bit up, a couple of inches up or so, and I've filled it with water just below the level of the hole. You just need a bit of water in here, and the idea is that you add in, you know, 2 or 3 little pellets of calcium carbide, and then what you do is you take a sheet of newspaper and scrunch it up into a wad like this, such that it fits very tightly in here. You want to get a good tight fit, okay? You know, and I would do this before you start the experiment. Have your wad of paper ready, and just make sure that it's a good snug fit. And you can take it back out again. The snugger the fit, the better the experiment will go, the better the demonstration will go. And the idea is that you drop in your calcium carbide, and you can talk away explaining about calcium carbide and that it's reacting. And the students should be able to see a little bit of bubbling and fizzing in here, which is characteristic of the acetylene being, or the ethyne or acetylene being generated. Give it a few seconds as you're filling in the wad of paper, and then just light it at the side of the hole with your little barbecue lighter here. And the acetylene that you'll have generated will light, and because it's such a broad explosive range, it'll explode. And because you'll have built a pressure in here with the wad of paper, you get a very loud bang, very satisfying bang, we'll say. Yeah. So I'll just do it here. I'll just take out, just to show you the size, I'll just put maybe 2 of them in. That's plenty. I'll put these ones back. This calcium carbide is it says pieces which are thickness less than 10 millimeters, but they're a nice size actually. So I just pop them in here. One. I think you should be able to see a little bit of bubbling there. Yeah. So there's the reaction of calcium carbide with water to give you ethyne or acetylene. And it's building up all the while now in the bottle, and the bottle is getting cloudy as you're getting a bit of calcium hydroxide that gets formed in it as well. And you're talking away, filling away, and then you get it and you just light it. And I don't know if that wrecked the camera, but that's the loud, satisfying bang that you get. And now you can do it with the paper, which I find works very well. Some people use a cork instead of paper, you know, but use a cork rather than a rubber bung, because I mean the cork is quite light, you know, and the paper is quite light, so that when they shoot up in the air, they're not going to dent tiles in the roof, and you know, if you have sort of a panelled ceiling in your classroom or something like that. I wouldn't use a rubber bung, because I mean that has a certain amount of mass in it, and I mean you have a serious projectile there. So, but I find the paper works very well. And it's still bubbling away here, and I mean you can dispose it's an aqueous alkaline solution at this stage, and you can just flush it away. Safety points on it, really. I mean, certainly just 1 or 2 of the little chips of calcium carbide. The paper, nice and tight fit. The tighter the fit, the bigger the bang. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, thank you.